This is the Iron Trader. Now the pitch just closed here about 40 minutes ago here at 2:30. So as usual, we're going to review crude oil here and natural gas. And don't forget, the API numbers will be out on crude oil today at 4:30. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels will be posted. This video is for information purposes only, not recognition by selling the stock commodity ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily, your weekly, and your monthly chart. Now, look what happened here today. Let me just big this up a little bit here. Wow, look at that big ass red candle. Now, when we came in this morning here, we had a lower low, but it just kept on continuing it all the way on down. Now, today's low here so far is 92.94. So what you always want to do here is we want to look always to the left of your chart here. And so you look at this candle right here. Your low is 92.31 here. The closing number on this candle here is 82.81. So that became your support level right there. So when you look at your candles, always look at the high, the low of the previous day, and the closing. Okay, so your high on this candle here was 83.28. Your low was 81.50, and your closing was 81.82. So if you're looking at, like, say, yesterday's close or any candle here, always look at the close, the high, and the low. Okay. So what do we have here? We basically just have an absolute waterfall here. Now, you ran up nice. Right here, I pointed this out with this candle here. You had a nice bull flag going. It ran right on up here, but it just couldn't get. It went right into the resistance level right here, and it just couldn't get any higher here. Now, when you have war situation, I was always pointing out here that you got maybe anywhere from a $5 to a $10 premium. Okay, on the war. So what do we have here? You have the high was 89.85. You got 83.52 here. So you got roughly $5-6 here already off here. Okay, very, very easy. So we got to see how this is going to finish out here in the week. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to look at today's low. That's 82.94. Then we'll come over to this candle right here. You're looking at 82.31, and then we have your retest here of 81.50. Okay, now again, that is lost here. We come to this 21 SMA here, 81.09. Then we come to your 100-day here at 80.51. Then we look at your 50-day at 78.21, and this is your big target right here, 78.11 here. Now again, if that's lost, then I can point out exactly where we're going to go here, but let's just go one level at a time. Right now, we're looking for the bottom of this candle and the retest of this 81.50, because when you get this here, this is not good. Now, this 8-day was pushing up pretty nice, but now you can see, look at this. See how this is rolling over here? Your 21-day has always been rolling over. So if this rolls over here, this is going to be back, and then you're going to be fighting it all the way here. Okay, so when that rolls like that, see, then you fight right in here. You get them bear flags going, unless you have some incidents like we had the war. But if you didn't have that war premium in there right now, you probably right at this level right here right now, especially with the seasonality here that's going on. Okay, so let's look at the weekly chart here. Well, this is looking ugly too, you know. Okay, so your 8-day looks like it's rolling right on over here. Your 100-day here, that's going to become resistance here now. And basically, you're looking to get the target here is basically on this candle here, that 82.31 here, this 81.50, and then we have here is your 81.09 here. Now, just say this rips back up here and say whatever goes on here. Well, you know what you want to do is you want to look at the bottom of this candle here. Okay, so you're looking at 84.67 here, and then what we do is we look over here to this candle here. Okay, you're looking at 85.44, and then we want to look at that 85.98. That's your 50 SMA. Very, very crucial here. And then we look at your 8 SMA here, 87.09, and then we have your 21 at 87.17. And then obviously, if you can get above here, then we just follow these candles up here. You got 88.29 here, and then we have 88.57. 89.54, and then your big retest up there at 89.85 here. But that's a lot of resistance going on here with this 50, the 8, and the 21-day here. And when you get a pattern like this here, that is ugly. Okay, so your MACD, well, your green crossed back over your red again. That just like it did here, that's very bearish. Your RSI is pointing on the way down here. Has a lot of room to go here on the downside here. So Roughly here, I'd be looking for this 81.50 unless some kind of a news, some kind of a catalyst comes out that would take this back up higher. But it just looked like with these bearish candles here that this morning it looked like you could maybe possibly have some sideways action here, even though it had the lower low here. But now when this ripped down like this here, this is just yeah, this is not good because crude right now down almost $2 here. So that's looking really, really not good. Okay, here on your monthly chart here, well, now you're below here at 21 SMA here, and it looks like you might be heading here for this 8 SMA at 78.76, which would line up really nice here with all these key SMAs here. So we got to see how that's all going to shake out. You got plenty of time here. It's only the 24th here, so we got to see how it goes out there for the month here now. So, but right now it just looks like it's going to go lower here unless there's a catalyst that would run it up. So if it does go lower, watch that 81.50. If it does go up, watch this key 85.98, that 50 SMA. All right, let's go see what old Natty Gas is doing. All right, here we have Natty Gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, you had some really good scalping in here in the UNG today. I scalped it actually 4 times today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a tick chart, a 1, 5, and a 15 minutes, and a 1-minute chart so you can see exactly what was going on here with the natural gas here. Now, when we big this up here, well, what we want to do here is you always want to look at that 8 SMA here, okay? So it's holding that right now at 2.9. Real-time natural gas right now is 2.97. On the upside here is very, very crucial to this 50 SMA at 3.09. If it can get above, then we can look to the top of that candle at 3.185, and then maybe even like here, you're looking at 3.36, and then we have a retest up there at 3.47. But let's not get excited with that. It really needs to do something with this 50-day. But, big but here, if you look here on the daily chart here, well, so you look at this 8 SMA here. Now, this is going to provide big time resistant levels right here, okay? This 3.02. So that is going to be your next target here on the upside. If you can get above this 8 SMA here, then we look to this 307 right there, okay? And then we come to this 50-day here at 3096. And then we can just work ourselves right on up here where you have, there's that 3.09 here. Then we work over here. You got 3.13, and then we have 3.158. This is going to be key level of where the target would be if you can get above here. This is looking at 3.185. There's your gap. Look to the bottom of this candle here, 3.20. There's your fill. Okay, so your gap and your fill. That would be the target here if you can close above your 8 and close above your 21-day, which is going to be a pretty big ordeal. Now, here on the downside here, well, you always want to look at today's low here. So you're looking at 2.87, and then we want to look to this candle right here at 2.86. And then this key level here, 2.82, which lines up very nicely here with the 2.82 here on your 50-day. Very, very nice. Okay, so if that's lost, then we come down here to your 100, 2.71, and then your gap fill right there at 2.66. So there's your gap, 2.82, and there's your gap fill, okay? But right now here, this is looking pretty bullish here. Your RSI here looking very, very good here. A lot of room to run. Your MACD looks like it maybe want to roll and come right back up here. Got to see how that's going to shake out. But this is going to be the key right here. It's going to be this 8 SMA. Now, if you watch the futures when they open up here at 6 p.m. here, this 8-day will be lower here. So we'll see if it runs right on into it and what happens when it gets there. Okay, does it break up to this 21-day here at 307 and this 50 SMA here? Or does it get rejected and come right back on down? All right, I'm going to show you here some other charts here. All right, now, if you want to scalp, okay, set your charts up something very similar to this, okay? So you have yourself your tick chart here, okay? You have a 5-minute chart, you have a 1-minute chart, and you have a 15-minute chart to give you a little bit more time. So say you want to take a little bit more of a swinger trade, you go use your 15-minute here. If you want to use quick trades, this is what you do right here. Okay, so when this price came down here to 2.86 here, okay? So this is where you wouldn't really take it until you could come down and get a retest in this area here. Then you would run this up to here, to this level here, which is basically 2.95 because you have the 100-day right there, okay? And then you would dump it out, okay? Never get complacent, oh, it's going to go higher, it's going to break through. You don't know that, okay? And then when it comes down here, okay, you have a candle here of, say, a 2.87. You don't buy it there. You wait till it comes up and does a retest. It puts in a higher low, okay? So you put in 2.88. See where this candle is here? This is 2.87. There's your low. And then you put in a higher low. Then you take that scalp right there, and then you run it all the way back up here to this candle here, 2.998. Okay, and then you dump it again. Okay, then you wait till it comes down. Now, if you look at this here, then you can buy this and run this right on up here. But now what you want to do is you want to watch this key 200-day at 2.99. Okay, so you dump it into that. It doesn't make any difference. You can trade this 20 times an hour if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So I did the 4 times on there today. But this is how if you want to scalp, real quick scalps if you're really quick. Okay, then you can look here on a 5-minute chart here. Okay, so you had the nice big run up here, and then you always wait for the double bottom here. Now this bottom here, I didn't take it there. I took it over here on a retest. Okay, then it went back up here, but then you can see where you just have some red candles going sideways, and then see where this candle is here. You've got a lower high. That tells you got to dump it. Okay, then when it comes back down here again, then you can retake this here, and now it's just kind of ratcheting it all the way on up here. Okay, so on these, when you trade this like a tick chart or a 5-minute chart, you got to be really, really quick here. Now, if you take like, say, a 15-minute chart here, okay, you stretch the trade out a little bit here. Okay, so you can buy it here. You don't buy it here. You always wait to the retest. Okay, and then have it run on up here. And then when you see, you can always tell when it's just like running out of juice. Just dump it, okay? If it goes higher, so what? Okay, you can always either short it or you can, buy it up again. So then when it comes back down here again, never buy it on the first dip down. Always buy it when on higher low, then you can run it right on up here and then dump it again, okay? And now when you look at this low here, and then you look at this here with that nice series of higher lows. So you look at the 2.86, then you look at this level here at 2.88, and then we come up to this level here at 2.9. See, that's a nice series that tells you that it's going to go higher, okay? So then we have the 1-minute chart here. Well, this kind of, the 15-minute kind of slows it down, gives you like a little bit more time here where you don't have to do on, off, sitting here with the trigger all the time, you know what I'm saying? But then like a 1-minute chart is going to be the same as a tick and a 5, where you can just trade these levels. So you always want to use these price channels here so you know where it's going to come down, but you never want to buy it on the first poke down, okay? Always wait to get some kind of a retest here. Now this here was a nice scenario because it didn't put in a higher low. That tells you can get long here. See now where you have the low, the higher low, and then you can just ratchet it on up. Now we got to see what it's going to do here at this 2.98 because the big thing is going to be this 200 SMA here sitting at 2.99, okay? So let's take a look here on an hourly and on a 4-hour chart. Okay, here we have an hourly and here we have a 4-hour chart. Now this is an easy way here to slow the trade down, okay? If you're a fast trader, use a tick, a 1, and a 5. If you want to slow the trade down, go to a 15-minute or even a 30-minute, or you can go with an hourly, okay? Like say, oh, I can buy this here, not on this level here, but when it retests, okay? See where you put the 2.86 and then we put a 2.87. That's the time that you want to buy right there, not here, okay, and run up. Oh, yeah, they had a little bit of run up. Yeah, well, big deal. I always want to buy it on the retest here. And now if it goes lower, this could fall right off the map also. But it didn't. It kept it a higher low. That's always very positive. And then you run it right on up into this level right here, okay? And then what you can just see how it's going to come up. Now, this looks like it just wants to go higher. So you look at your RSI, that's got room to run here. Your MACD is getting overbought, but that has room to run also. So when you look at a 4-hour chart, that slows the trade down even more here, okay? So instead of saying I'm going to go here to here, that's this here will take a little bit more time. So when you take it out here, you don't buy that, you buy this over here, okay? And then you run this up. Now, this is looking very, very good. Here, it looks like it really wants to go up to that 3.06 here. And then possibly here, this price channel here, and maybe even at 311. We don't know that yet, but if you're just scalping it here, you just take it on the higher low, and then you run it up. As soon as you can get into that resistant level, that's where you want to do the old dump a mundo. Put the money in the pocket. You can always buy it again. Trades are like buses. I used to say women, but the wife doesn't like that. But they're like buses. There's always another one coming around, okay? So never get complacent about a trade here. Scalp it. If you're into scalping, just scalp it, take your money, and wait for it to come down and do it all over again. All right, that's all I got for you today here. I will see you back tomorrow morning before 8 o'clock, and we'll review the old crude ski and natty gas. Thanks for watching.